All right, so as you can see, dealing with Florida weather, but so it goes. Here with the 2023 Porsche 718 Boxster. This is gonna be a very, very quick review. I wasn't really planning on doing a review. I was like, got it, might as well. But tell you some things I like about it that I don't like. Yeah, enjoy the video. Let's go. Porsches, where do I start? This specific one, I like the green. The green just makes it stand out, especially in Miami. And I feel like the green will stand out anywhere. Just the color green makes it pop. The way it's shaped, a very sportish look, not something too normal. The design is kind of like, it's Porsche-esque. Front hood, Porsche, just unmistakably, unmistakably. It's just unmistakably, unmistakably Porsche. The wheel size complements the look of the car as well. But for this one specifically, I feel like even the color green, there's certain color cars, and especially something that can match the body and match just how the structure of the car looks, really would just take the car from looking like this into something else. And I feel like if this was black, it would just look plain. I don't know. It complements it very well, and I like it. And for those who don't know, this has a back trunk and a frunk. So a trunk in the front, kind of spacious. Got the bag in here. I kind of use the front more because when you just go out in public and then you popping up a front trunk, especially in a Porsche, not too many people think like, wait, isn't there an engine in the front? Nah. And then on top of that, it's not an electric car, so they're even more confused. But yeah, I like to just put small groceries in the front. And with this, very spacious. Not spacious, very practical. Kind of like looking at it again, it's very deep down. You have a lot of room. Well, what you kind of like see, you get the gist of how deep it is. Yeah, like I said, pull up to a grocery store or something like that, and then you over here loading up in the front. You're like, what's going on? I don't know. That feeling be fun. So knowing that these Boxsters or the 718s just come standard as the soft top, they look extremely better when the top is down. And the proportions of the car just look better when the top is down, in my opinion. It's a weird feeling because just going out of, see how like electric cars now, you already know what an instant takeoff feels like. When you flooring this, it's like a build up, but then it starts to get to going. But after just being in electric cars for a while, you just, okay. And then you still appreciate the engine noise, yeah, you'll never get that from no type of electric cars, honestly. These Porsches are overlooked or they're underappreciated. When you're sitting in this Porsche, it feels like a Porsche because it is a Porsche. The inside is decent too. You got the loud exhaust, quiet exhaust button here, or the exhaust sound button. You have the traction control, hit mid into sport. And then I kind of like always liked this layout on Porsches, especially in the Taycan Panamera. The big old long, and then everything is just displayed on the center console. Screen though is kind of like showing its age, and it's a fairly new car. This is the 2023, and this little screen, it could be updated. Even though this is a newer year, it does feel a little outdated. I feel like every review I do, I just kind of always have it in the back of my mind just to compare it to other cars. And this, I would still pick this over a Q60. Now the LC 500 Lexus or this, I feel like I would be going with the LC 500. I'm gonna leave it in automatic, traction control on. I'm gonna boost and then drive off. All right, ready? 3, 2. I actually had way more control than I was thinking. Especially it being wet, I actually thought I would have been slipping and going all over the place trying to maintain grip. But yeah, that was pretty dope. Off the top of my head, let me try and think about Porsches that I know. I know a Porsche 911, Porsche Panamera, Porsche Taycan, 718s. Are there 913s or 912s? I think. And then going into the SUVs, I think it's only a Macan and the Cayenne. Now that I'm kind of thinking about it, I think Porsche and Jaguar are like equal in their field when talking about other vehicles in their class. So like a Jaguar, they keep it behind the BMW, the Benzes, and the Audis. And the Jaguar is there. In some people's mind, in the majority mind, Jaguars don't really stand out. So now that I'm thinking about a Porsche, you think Porsche lines up with the Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and I guess the McLarens is getting up there. Top 3. Lambos, Ferraris, and Porsches kind of like be the standard in super sport exotic cars. I'm kind of rambling on. And like I said, I really did not have a full in-depth review for this because I wasn't planning on doing a video. I want to get back into the mode of coming up with my own niche, my own style. I know there's car reviewers, and I never really stamped or thought about myself being a car review person. I wasn't really too much of being in front of a camera type of person, but sometimes I hear altered opinions because they get sponsored or something like that. They don't get to do a true feeling about whatever they're gonna review. I feel like that's where I can differentiate myself within the car world. When I hear people talking about like a Kia Stinger, I'm sitting there confused. I'm like, yo, Stingers? Is that a thing? Like, people want to drive a GT Stinger when you can, get a Porsche? The car is pretty small too, so it's kind of like you get to the point. You see everything once you see the car. You kind of like see everything. You feel everything. The only way to really enjoy the car is just, getting out, either buying it, renting it, however you feel like you want to enjoy the car. Kind of like, just to say this before I even close out the video, I had started my Turo, finally put up my Turo, and we were under Cars by Bonz, and we finally started our Turo. I think it was just the 4th trip. Someone got into an accident. I didn't even get to do a video review on my own Tesla to kind of like show it around while it was, fixed and while it was looking nice. So I really didn't get a chance to do that, and I wanted to. But now I'm gonna do a review coming up about that Turo, the Turo experience, rental experience, and kind of like finally dipping my feet into it after always procrastinating and thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I finally got it done. But yeah, the 4th trip in, somebody got into an accident, and there's a YouTuber I watch, Go Herping. He had his Tesla on Turo, and he was doing a review. So he kind of like made me just put my foot down on just getting into the Turo, and especially because we live in Miami, so the market is, yeah. But I'm gonna give my whole experience and review on that. And to be honest, this car I picked it up off of Turo, and it's cool. Like I said, it's cool. It wasn't gonna be a full review, but Porsche guys, the Porsche is nice.